Good afternoon, Big Brother fans. It is Wednesday afternoon, September 13th, and you may ask yourself, why is Mike talking to me the second time on a Wednesday? Well, some of you obviously know. Others will be like, what is going on? And the answer is, there's been a major shakeup in the house. I could not have predicted this morning. I could not have predicted this last night. But it did start to I did talk about it a little bit this morning. So for those of you that haven't heard this morning's, maybe you should listen to that first. But the gist of it was that I think I talked about it. America was telling a lot of truths. She told a lot of truths to Cameron. She told a lot of truths to Jag. Cameron was dropping some truth bombs, and people didn't seem to be listening to them, buying them. And I really felt like the winds were blowing for Felicia to get evicted. And I didn't see that, even though Cameron was telling people things like they were hearing that or that they were considering it. It just felt like they're locking in on Felicia going, and it's going to be Felicia gone, Izzy staying, Izzy and Suri and Jared. I really was saying they were just going to continue on and make it to the finals. And I even compared, as I said, Suri and Jared to Jason and Danielle from season 2, and that they were, season 3, and how close and tight they were, and that no one had a clue. Well, fast forward, so much has gone on between this morning and this afternoon. And I can't even give you the exact time sequence because I was working, but I watched it partially unfold in bits and pieces, and I will give you the best summation that I can. So it seems like I am attributing this to Cameron and America. I'm sure there could be others that will disagree with the actual genesis of it or how it happened or why it happened. But, they were talking last night. America was telling Cameron, he's saying, look, you were the target last week, and laying things out. But part of it, I think, came about, at least the way that Jag is retelling it, in that, let's see. He got word. Well, first of all, Izzy saying that she didn't trust Jag to America was part of it. There was another part. So at least one of the things. Actually, Corey was talking to Matt. So a lot of conversation has gone on. Corey was, I think, talking to Matt. I watched this part because it was after work, and I had a few minutes, and it was Corey told Matt that. He had told, so he said, look, this is kind of random, but my brother was on Survivor, right? And some people are like, who cares? But in this case, it actually helped Corey. He had told America, but he said, I told America about 3 weeks ago that my brother was on Survivor. And nothing came of it. He said, but last week or a couple of days ago, I told Jared. I think he told Jared. And he said, within like 24 hours, Cameron was asking me questions, and it got, things turned up. It's like it became very obvious that Blue and Jared, however it came out, that they were the leaking the things. He said we figured out that Jared was passing on information and what Cameron had been saying last night was that Jared was a double agent, and this is kind of the proof of that. The other thing is we had the 2 7-person alliances, and I can't remember what the other one was. Besides the 7 deadly sins, I can't even remember what the name of the other one was right now, but doesn't matter. Corey also was explaining to Matt, because they were trying to pull Matt into this. He said, look, there's 2 alliances. There's 2 7-person alliances, and they are trying to they said they're in both of them. And they're trying to turn the other members of that alliance against each other, which is exactly what they were doing. And so they've pieced all this together today. And I think it was America. Who was it? Hang on. I got to look this up. So I'm in a traffic jam. So give me a second while I flip to because I literally tweeted it about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. So I'm going to look it up. Be right back. Okay, so Corey and Jag were talking. This is after this formation had happened, but it was Corey, Jag, America, Mimi were talking. I think Mimi was a part of it, or maybe just Corey, Matt, and America, or Corey, Jag, and America. Corey, Jag, and America, I think, were talking, and they were basically talking about all these things and putting all the pieces together and realizing, you know what, Suri and Jared and Izzy are kind of the core, and Felicia as well, but they were obviously, they knew that those guys were willing to get rid of Felicia and keep Izzy, so they see Felicia as an add-on, not as strong as an alliance, which is true. So they're like, they've put this all together. They realize that Jared is part of that group, and that Blue is part of with Jared. And so the three of them, again, Jag, Corey, and America, are like, we've got to do something. And they decided to bring Mimi in on it. And so Corey had a long talk with Mimi. She bought into it. Then they also want to bring in Bowie. They want to make Bowie a part of it. They trust Bowie. And I watched Corey and Jag both have conversations with Matt. Now, this is the tricky one, because Matt still has some loyalty to Suri. And I can tell you why I know that, because Corey did say to Matt, did you have the power? And he said yes, and I used it. So Matt admitted that he had the power to Corey, and Corey said, I played for it. So, and then Jag came in and so was like, Corey's like, you realize that we're 3 of the 4 people that got that power. America wants us to work together, kind of a thing. Now, what about Suri then? Because they're kind of backstabbing Suri, but let's not argue about that. Let's just move along. And this is the argument that they're using as a way to kind of pull Matt in. But Corey said, did you tell anybody? Or maybe Jag. Matt said, no, I only told Jag that I had the power. Well, we know he told Suri. He told Suri before he told Jag, and Suri helped Jag, or Matt decide to use it on Jag. But so Matt isn't telling them that part, which maybe that's smart on his case, because it kind of shows alliances to Suri that they have no idea he has. But those 2 are bringing him all kinds of stuff, like, we're doing this movement. Now, the question is Matt going to go back and tell Suri all this stuff, or is Matt going to keep it to himself? If I were in Matt's shoes at this point, Matt is in the middle. Matt needs to figure out, which way am I going with this? Because if he tells Suri, I think the rest of the house will figure it out that he may have done it. I just think Matt would not be smart to tell Suri. I think Matt should just play dumb and wait and see who gets the next head of household. And if he kind of goes one way, I think he can kind of play the middle, I believe, a little bit for Matt. But Matt's been playing the middle and hadn't been playing a whole lot. And so I don't know which direction he's going to go. But they do want him, Corey and Jag and America, I think, want him as a part of their main core alliance. So we'll see where this goes. This all just happened in the last 4 or 5 hours, or at most, actually probably less than that, 3 or 4. It's just blown up. I think, you know what kind of was a tipping point in some ways was, and Cameron said it, Cameron decided to weaponize Felicia. And he told Felicia, and he told people he's going to do it. He said, Felicia, you're getting voted out. Everybody keeps coming up here and saying they're voting you out. They're telling you they're not, but they are. And honestly, Felicia doesn't believe him, but she goes down and she's like, I just want to get everybody in a room and everybody say who the votes are. So we thought there might have been a house meeting, but there wasn't. But it did, as Cameron said, it led to a whole bunch of people coming up and talking to him into the head of household. So it was kind of like pushed the snowball over the ridge, and it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's been quite a day. And mind you, again, that is they're gonna have to show this in 10 minutes on Thursday night. Oh, did I mention Thursday night? Thursday night is going to be the wall competition. That has been revealed and confirmed by multiple sources now. That the wall competition will be Thursday night. Now, Julie didn't tell us that there was going to be endurance competition Thursday night. So to me, that means they aren't going to be showing this on the live feeds. We're not going to get to see this competition on the live feeds. So there was the reason I didn't think, I thought it could be I thought if it's the wall competition, we're not going to get to see it on the live feed. So, but that's what it sounds like. And I think I did talk about this morning when I said if it is the wall competition, it should favor the lighter people. It should favor America. It should favor Mimi, maybe Corey, that kind of thing. I think I did talk about that all this morning. So that's going to happen. Also, that also kind of locks in the OTEV. The other thing I heard, that OTEV was going to be this, I think this week. So, not that it matters that much to us. People love OTEV, but we don't get to see it anyways until it's live. So, it's a physical competition, though. It is a physical, you got to run around and climb a thing, so it's not going to favor someone who isn't in decent physical shape. I, for one, would not do great in the OTEV competition. Not that I couldn't get up and down or run around a little bit, but I'm not going to be able to keep up with the 20-something-year-olds, right? So, OTEV and wall this week, it sounds like. Sounds like I'm betting either America or Mimi wins the wall, which that'll be an interesting head of household then. That could mean another notch in, that could mean Jared could be in serious trouble. That is who Corey said he wants out next, is Jared. Jared could be in trouble. That would do some serious damage to Cerie's game. I think Cerie's going to go a long time, but I think she's going to lose a couple of her lieutenants in the process if this all goes as it should. Now, mind you, this could all still flip around again. It is Wednesday night. Maybe tomorrow morning I'm going to get back on here and tell you, oh, it's changed again. But as of right now, they seem pretty solid in getting out Izzy. So we'll have to see how this transpires. And I'm going to leave you with that because I've already been talking for almost as long as I did this morning. And I know I'm going to talk to you again in the morning to tell you what was up. Also, Big Brother is on in about an hour for the East Coast. It's almost 7 o'clock here. It's a 2-hour episode. Someone suggested they may intermix a lot of buddy game stuff with it. They're going to do something. I don't know what they're going to do for 2 hours. But remember, everything that's going on today, they're going to have to squeeze in tomorrow night's show. On the plus side, they're going to have time because they're not going to show us the wall competition. They're not going to start the wall competition, or maybe they'll have them walking to it at best. But we aren't seeing it on the live feeds, I don't think. If they do it, great. I don't think they will, and I'm prepared to be angry about that. All right, now I'm going. See you guys later. Have a good evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.